Ugh, they were so close. Tyler Bozak's ring is nice. Hi, kids! Victorious puppies! This team is ruining my life! Why do I watch hockey? Stress relief! We can, and we will! Leafs lose 3-2 to the St. Louis Blues, suffering their first regulation loss of the season. By a show of hands, I know you're all behind the screen, I don't care, we're all a big family, community, whatever. Which loss is worse? The 3-2 regulation loss to the St. Louis Blues, or the 6-5 shootout loss to the Montreal Canadiens where you blew a 4-1 lead? Oh, they're both bad. I saw it all like, oh, the Leafs played 3 games in 4 nights and it was the third period. Yeah, listen, we're trying to make a championship hockey team here, not excuses. But the ridiculousness of it all, and maybe because I was hanging out with my pals on a Saturday night, made it tolerable, at least. This game, a game where the Leafs, I thought, dominated the Blues at times, contained them most of the time, outpossessed them, stayed with them, they were tight, they were making great plays, they were hitting them. This game, where they take on the Stanley Cup champions and skate with them stride for stride and come away with nothing, I feel worse. I'm not mad. I'm just disappointed. Oh, that's worse, right? Killer period for Jordan Binnington in the first. Leafs outshoot the Blues 15-7. Fantastic, as good as you can ask for against the reigning champions. I'm gonna keep saying that. And they come away with nothing. So after the Leafs outshoot the Blues 15-7 in the first, what do we know? We know a few things. 1, the Blues are gonna score first. 2, it's gonna stink. That goal from Oscar Sundqvist stank. Freddie's a fantastic goalie. He's gonna stop that puck 99 times out of 100, but oof, Maron, was that awful. Forget all the saves he made. Jordan Binnington got an assist on that. It's never good when the goalie gets an assist. Now do they get rattled or pick up the pieces? They picked up the pieces. Leafs throw the puck into the St. Louis Blues zone. Jordan Binnington gathers it, gives it to Carl Gunnarsson. Hi, Carl! You miss being No, yeah, I know those teams were pretty bad. And that conversation distracted him just long enough for Nick Petan to cut him off. The puck goes to Freddie Gauthier, throws an excellent pass in front for a scoring chance from Jason Spezza. Hey, you're on home ice. Why am I just talking to all the players? Spezza almost scores, doesn't, but the puck is in the air. He hits it, still in the air, hits it again. Oh, that might be a high stick, and now the puck is in the net, and this is hockey in 2019. When we talk about hockey in 2019, we get caught up in the style of it all, and I think that is a totally wrong way to talk about hockey. Like, oh, in the 70s, they were men's men, and they beat each other up, and you were able to bring a live chainsaw onto the ice. In 2019, it's just a bunch of kids skating around, patting each other on the back, and live streaming on their phone. Who am I doing an impression of exactly? Anyway, no. It's not about the style. Hockey in 2019 is my team, who I'm cheering for. I'm watching to cheer for that team. They score a goal, I don't even bother celebrating because I don't know if that goal is going to count. I don't know. Maybe they went offside 45 seconds ago. Maybe it was goaltender interference because he looked at him funny and called him a name or didn't add him back on Facebook or something stupid like that. This time, we have a new one. High sticking. Not high sticking on the goal, high sticking on the assist. Yes, it is a new thing. I just thought for sure it's not going to count because it's Jason Spezza, who loves being parts of first. That's right. He was part of the first ever shootout in NHL history that his Ottawa Senators won, and the Toronto Maple Leafs, of course! Did you think I was going to say someone else? What are you, new here? Lost! Leafs lost the first ever shootout because, LOL. Luckily, his stick, which looked like it was above the crossbar, was below his shoulder, and that's the rule. And dude, I don't care. Was it a goal or not? It was a goal. That's great. Freddie's already got 2. Wonderful. Nick Petan getting a bit of a generous secondary assist there because Goat touched the puck twice, but that scoring chance doesn't even happen without Petan's hustle behind the net. I thought he deserved way more than less than 6 minutes of ice time. Dude, Goat scored and he played less than 7. Anyway, the complaining, I'm getting ahead of myself with the complaining. We continue. Barely any time at all later, Beast beast of a shift from William Nylander, his best game of the season so far. The more I watch William Nylander play, the more I go, okay, where does this guy rank on the team in terms of skaters? He's so fast, and when he accelerates, you can't tell other than he's going faster. Just his strides are really strong for a guy who's not really thought of as strong. He's skating into 3 Blues defenders. He's got Ceci way over on the right, and he's got Janssen with him. Ceci not in a rush to join Nylander. Janssen sort of hangs back. Nylander crashes, and he takes 2 defenders with him. Look at this. He's heading into a big old pile of nothing. Then he uses his speed to draw attention, and a lot of wonderful things happen at once. Janssen makes a great quick pass over to Cody Ceci, who even Gunnarsson is like, I sort of got you, but I don't really see you as a threat. Nylander just coasts by them because in one fell swoop, they forget about him. Cody Ceci with a beautiful quick little tap pass there, and William Nylander, who entered the zone with every St. Louis Blue looking at him, is somehow alone. Now he sort of receives a pass on his backhand. Does he just shovel it in? Does he try to whack it? Does he try to roof it? Nope. Corrals it, hooks it. Oh my God. Hi, welcome to Willie's. This guy's back. Really doing Leaf great Eric Lindros proud with that 88. You gotta get on board the William Nylander trade, man. Listen, I understand if you weren't on it last year, even though his fancies were good, dude, put the puck in the net. I totally get it. But the power, the speed, the skill, and the hockey sense behind all that, dude, this guy's back, and he's back hard. But back hard? Should I delete that? Well, no, it's too late. I can't edit it out. Leafs score 2 in 24 seconds. They are leading the defending Stanley Cup champions. They are about to head into the intermission with the lead. So naturally, Braden Shen all alone in front beats Freddie Anderson. It's a tie game 2-2. You can look at it as an offensive breakdown. I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt here. It was a weird pass that banked off O'Reilly and just ended up in a fortunate spot for Shen. It sucks. Riley's in the corner dealing with what he's dealing with. Tyson Barrie's got his man tied up in front. Yeah, Gauthier and Moore in the slot. And Goat knew he was there. He was doing the shoulder check and everything. They just weren't expecting the unfortunate bounce. So we head to the third tide. All right. They head to the third tide. You know, against the St. Louis Blues, that's about as good as you can expect, I guess. No, I'll just skip ahead to the Blues scoring the eventual game-winning goal. You got to give it up to him. David Perron, amazing pass over to Alex Pietrangelo. Now, what everyone's talking about, what everyone's mad about, is that Kasperi Kapanen didn't do a good enough job with Alex Pietrangelo. And you're probably right. He didn't manage to cut off the pass. It seems like he's got him. He doesn't quite get him. It is an excellent pass. But check this out. It's not a great angle, like, at all. So really good shot from Pietrangelo. It's almost like he's a good hockey player or something. And I obviously can't show the footage on account of I'll get in trouble, but did anyone see Freddie burst across and go, that's it? Almost like he didn't expect the pass to go through or for Pietrangelo to shoot it for some reason. Like, it just seemed lazy. He just dragged across the ice like a wet fart. And, of course, the Leafs end up losing 3-2. They come close. Ilya Mikheyev had that great shorthanded chance. Marner, almost roofed it top corner on the backhand. That would have been sick. Leafs had an extra attacker for over 2 minutes again, and it looked like they were going to do it there. No, they lost. So, questions, and there's a reason I'm being this abrupt. Would you try Superman, that's Mikheyev's new nickname and it's amazing, with JT and Marner, or stick with Cappy just to try something new? The whole Tavares line seems wildly uncalibrated without Hyman. Do you reward Mikheyev or Moore with a promotion, or stay the course until Hyman is back? Do you think now is the time for the Leafs to swap Kapanen off the Tavares line for either Moore or Mikheyev? Listen, what I have time for is questions like that. I have time for questions like that. Kasperi Kapanen is playing in a position that he hasn't really played that much in the National Hockey League. I think he played it a bit in the minors. He hasn't played it at the NHL level. He's playing this muck and grind role, and he's on his off wing. He's been a right winger in the league. What we are going to have is a legitimate discussion about whether or not he should be on this line, and should we maybe put like a natural left winger in there and see what they do. Or at very least a left-handed shot. I don't know. Is that going to make it easier? What we're not going to do, and none of these questions did that, but what we're not going to do is just have a field day on Kasperi Kapanen. We are not. That stick throw against Montreal, that was all world bad. That was hilarious. It was something I've never seen before. It was terrible. But let's not pretend like the Leafs blowing a 3-goal lead wasn't a thorough team effort. Should he have had Pietrangelo on this play? Yeah, maybe. Yeah, maybe. Sure. fine. But that to me is like regular run-of-the-mill not good enough, if that makes any sense. It wasn't egregious. It wasn't, oh, this guy sucks. It was a really good play by the Blues that, had he covered it a little bit better, I think they would have had some success. He didn't. Mike Babcock was absolutely right to start Kasperi Kapanen in that slot this season. What was he going to do? Put Trevor Moore? Trevor Moore didn't even have like a solid, solidified spot in the lineup. And if he did, we all expected him to be, honestly, when Hyman comes back, probably on the fourth line. As a great player, as an excellent fourth line player. That guy's a nightmare playing against every other team's worst forwards. Are you kidding? Okay, well then there's Ilya Mikheyev. What? He hasn't even played on North American ice, let alone in the National Hockey League. You're going to start him there? And then you got to consider, it's been 4 games. It's been 4 games. You're putting Kapanen in a completely different position. He has experience playing in the top 6. He had to do it a lot last year when Babcock just utterly refused to put Nylander with Matthews. And I'm watching this game, and he helped create some scoring chances. I thought he was a decent penalty killer. When he holds onto the stick, he's a great penalty killer. I am just not here for the Kasperi Kapanen slander. It is way too early. I don't get it. Save your frustration. It's a long season, man. And I'm saying this in defense of Trevor Moore and Ilya Mikheyev, too. They are both performing great on that third line. Mikheyev, Kerfoot, Moore. It might not be long for this world because I don't know how you keep it together after Hyman gets back. But keep it together because it's been great. Let Cappy learn. Hyman's not going to be back for like another month. Let Cappy learn in that role. I don't think he's been fantastic. I think he's been okay though. Meanwhile, Mikheyev, Moore, and Kerfoot are eating third lines alive. Leave them alone. Don't be like, oh, this one line has a bit of a weakness, so I'm going to take from this line. No, then you start playing whack-a-mole. Leave it. It's going to be fine. Bozak is a Stanley Cup champion. Thanks. I regret a lot about Tyler Bozak's tenure with the Toronto Maple Leafs, and I mean, he blocked me on Twitter. It means I probably wasn't very nice to him. But he sort of stood for something during that era, and he was the unfair target of it. They made him the first line center, and he shouldn't have been. But once the Leafs had got like good players, which was a thing they didn't really have for a lot of Bozak's tenure, he got bumped down to the third line and looked really good. And he was putting up lots of points. He scored an overtime winner on home ice in the playoffs. It was great. And the Blues won the Stanley Cup. Tyler Bozak was on the Blues when they won the Stanley Cup, and would you look at that, he wasn't their first line center. He was where he should have been. So congrats to him, man. To anyone who played on the Randy Carlyle era Leafs who has a cup ring, props to you, man. You got out of Shawshank. That is the props to you. I thought CeCe looked decent. Did you think CeCe looked decent? He had an all-star assist in this one. He had one really good play where he broke up a 2-on-1. Cody CeCe is another guy who he's just sort of trying to get used to playing for the Leafs, playing in Toronto. I didn't like his first game. I liked his second game. I didn't like his third game. I liked his fourth game. Now I'm bracing for game 5 if that's the pattern, but jury's still out. I did like him in this game, though. I will say this, I think Riley looks a lot more confident. He's jumping up in the rush a lot more, and maybe that's just me. How impressed are you with Tyson Barrie so far? Yeah, dude, I knew he was good. I didn't know he was this good. Tyson Barrie is extremely skilled, extremely confident, and really drives play. And he's sort of got that, like, fear factor. Like when he's got the puck, the other team goes, oh no, how are you? I always love when I get these. I know it's not hockey related, but how's life? Life's good, man. Life is good. You know, Chris Johnson once said that working in hockey or covering hockey, it's like working at the toy store, and that's how I feel. That being said, even though I work at the toy store, the first week, I would say the week leading up to the season, the first week of the season, and the second week of the season, that little 3-week span is murder, and we're sort of going through it. The Leafs just played 4 games in 6 nights, and they're going to keep that going. I think it's whatever it is once they play Tampa. Don't make me count. It's tiring, but it's a good kind of tiring, and I'm excited to work. And there was a time where I got laid off of work a lot when I wanted to fulfill my dream of talking about hockey for a living, and now here I am. Hey, I just re-signed with Sportsnet, I'll tell you that. 3 years. I know. I got term. I'm pretty happy about it. It's not Marner's cap hit. Should have hired Darren. I'll get him next time. I will say this. Thank you to some of you who were tweeting. You saw that my commercials with Mark Savard for Volkswagen, they were on some of the regional games. I was told they might be on Hockey Night in Canada. I didn't know they would be on the first one. So it was really cool hanging out with all my friends, and they just go, hey, you're on the TV. Like, I didn't even know. It was really nice to get some messages. It's really cool. I know it's a commercial, so I don't know if I was on Hockey Night in Canada, but like I was on the TV while the games were going on, and that was fun. And it comes with a lot of people not being happy to see your face on TV, and I guess I understand that. All they're trying to do is watch hockey. It's the only hockey on, and they don't want to see my face. But they got to see my face because I'm on the only channel that hockey's on. I get it. But you can't please everyone. Only everyone worth pleasing. So if you don't mind, I'm going to continue to make some fun stuff that I hope you like. How's the fundraising? Let's end on this. How's the fundraising? I'm going to be totally honest. I'm a little disappointed. Because I think it's my fault. I think I pushed too hard at the start, and I've been tweeting about it constantly, and I say it at the end of every video, and I feel like it no longer feels special to some people. Also, there isn't the urgency. I'm shooting this on October 7th, and the Easter Seals tournament, we're raising money until November 14th. The tournament is November 15th. But I'm trying very badly to raise $50,000 for Easter Seals. It's something I want to do. I made a lofty goal because I wanted to challenge myself. And right now, I think I'm at 7,700, which is good. It's not where I want to be. So if you have anything, $5, $10, $20, $100, $1,000. Maybe it's a corporate sponsorship. You get a tax receipt for it. If you want to do some crazy corporate sponsorship and big up your business in some way, let me know. We'll work something out because I'm trying to raise money for Easter Seals Ontario. It is a charity that helps kids with physical disabilities, which you know because I've told you 1,000 times. And I'm sorry, it just means a lot to me, okay? So if you would like to donate, link down in the description. It's also my pinned tweet, celebrityhockeyclassics.com, Eric Lindros Celebrity Hockey Classic. Please check it out. So, the bad news, the Leafs, a good team, lose to the St. Louis Blues, a great team. The good news is that they get a chance to play another great team, the Tampa Bay Lightning. President's Trophy winners. They schooled and spanked the Leafs at least once last season. I was there. It was my birthday game, and it sucked. Let's see what they do with this one. And that is it for this one. So thank you very much for watching. Click like if you liked this video. Click subscribe if you really liked it. Tell all your friends that I'm trying to raise money for Easter Seals. I know. I am. Oh, now I've already talked about it, and I usually do it in the end screen. Now what am I going to talk about? How are you? Are you doing well? I'm doing well. Have you pet a dog today? You should. You should. You should.